just trying to get back into the groove at work. Welcome to Sherry Sip and Think Chat. I'll try to be professional here, but it might be a little difficult. I've got my Sip and Think mug blue trim. Hi Tomo, how you doing? I had fun with you on Friday. Hi, honey. All right, so today's topic is challenges. Why is challenges one of our topics? Well, for one, we just had this buck thunder full moon, which brought a lot of energy, right? Intense energy. And so now, even after the full moon, there's still some effects of it, right? And so we're challenged with getting ourselves straight, right? Oh, you too? I know. Thanks, babe. I just got out of work. Yes. Trying to focus and get back into the routine of things now that vacation is over. That's been a little bit of a challenge as well, and trying to stay organized and just focused on doing what I need to do. But we're also still working off of our growth mindset book, and we're up to the letter C, which says here, you can take on challenges as opportunities to grow. Trying to do tough tasks helps your brain learn and remember. So we're going to try to focus on some challenges today. Again, I'm having a tough time focusing because I'm so intense that I want to just jump on in and start right away, but unfortunately I need to be, in reality. And sometimes I like to take unrealistic things and figure out how I can make them realistic. Oh, that's a fun challenge for me. I don't know about you, but that's a fun challenge for me. Anyways, before we really dive deep into some stuff, because I'm going to talk about some challenges I have, I'm going to do our pop raffle. Yeah, so join me over here. Oh, roll. Let me move my chair out of the way. Yeah, Tomo, I had so much fun on the beach. Oh my God, I love the beach at sunset. I really, really do. It's just so peaceful. I don't know. Woo! I had one almost pop out. Maybe I need to be patient and not rush the process. That's just how I feel. Instead of going like a mile a minute, maybe I need to slow it down. See what I can get done in a lower circular motion. Takes forever. Maybe I should open it up, because this is a challenge here. Ooh. 1, 2, 3 popped out. Let's see what they've got for me today. We got a dream pop. So if your dream is unrealistic, let's see how we can make it realistic. Just saying. And we got a believe in your dreams. And then we've got hope for the best. Fortune favors the bold. Virgil. Okay, so I need to be bold with my dreams, huh? Believe. Am I talking about you or me? In what sense? Am I confusing you? I confuse a lot of people. Believe. Never let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Myles Munroe. See? What are we going to hope for? Oh, the raffle? I don't know. My brain's so confusing right now that I was just speaking out loud. How very little can be done under the spirit of fear. Florence Nightingale. So have courage, everybody. Don't let your fears get in the way. So I wanted to talk about challenges, right? I have a couple of challenges, and I'm hoping maybe you can help me out with it, okay? So I went with Tomoko to a party on the beach, which was awesome. And that was on Friday. And then on Saturday, I went to an 80s/90s birthday party, right? Now, I only did the top half because I don't have big and baggy jeans like I used to back in the 90s, and I don't have boxer shorts, right? So one solution was I could have worn my husband's pants and rolled them up. But they would have fell off anyways, even with a belt. And two, I have one pair of sneakers that I use for hiking and running and all that kind of stuff. So I don't have Air Jordans, right? Like my husband, he had the Air Jordans from the 90s, and then he had the newer version, right? And he was like showing me, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to just go out and buy stuff that I don't really need. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's one of my challenges, is that I will have stuff, and like this umbrella, it's old, it's broken, right? Well, the umbrella works. It's just the stand that it's in. We actually have a plastic bag tied to it so that when it's windy, it doesn't fall, but it's still usable. So I have a problem with spending money on stuff that I don't need. That's a challenge for me, is when I go out and buy stuff that I don't need. I just have no interest in buying shit I don't need. Literally. Now, if I'm shopping somewhere and I see something and I'm attracted to it, right? It catches my eye and I could see myself with it, right? I'll buy it. So maybe I'm considered frugal. I don't know. But I don't know, like, I would rather buy a bunch of heels or shoes, like sandals, stuff that, like, I enjoy wearing, right? I'm not real big into sneakers. So as far as the 90s party goes, I still went, I still had a great time, and I enjoyed myself. So if you got a problem with that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Maybe my challenge is that I should spend more money. Sometimes they say if you spend money, you can get more money. Well, I don't know. I just prefer to spend money on the shit I prefer to spend it on. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know if that makes sense, that I only have one pair of sneakers, and I wear them for everything. Even if it is in a private cabana. And no, I didn't do that night. I'm not gonna say I haven't, but yeah. I am 45? I do live around the beach. Growth mindset. All right. Affirmations for growth mindset. I have this other challenge, right? So anyways, I was getting into the story about how we went to the 90s party, which we had a great time. It was fun. We loved doing that stuff, dressing up, whatever. And I was wearing my husband's wife beater. If you don't know what a wife beater is, it's a tank top. So I was wearing that, and I just kind of felt sexy in it, right? But here's the challenge, okay? I really have a challenge. We didn't have any kids in the house, and my nephew is at his dad's, and I like to walk around the house with no clothes on. That's my biggest challenge, right? Is that someone could come by, the kids could walk in, so I never get to really just walk around the house and, be naked, right? And I love just walking around being naked. But don't get me wrong, I will wear like a t-shirt or something. So this weekend, I had on my husband's wife beater, and no underwear and no bra, and I just kind of felt sexy, And I got up the next morning, and I'm cooking him breakfast, making him eggs, because I felt like, we needed some protein. It was a long night. We've been drinking, got some exercise, need to cook him a nice meal. So here I am in the kitchen, no underwear, no bra. You can see my nips, and I'm sorry if anyone watches this and it offends you, but, and I'm in the wife beater, he doesn't say anything, right? But you never know. My sister could walk in and be like, Sherry, put some clothes on. You know how long they've been telling me to put some clothes on? Since I was little, literally. I think I have a problem with keeping my clothes on. I just do, but I love feeling sexy. And if being in a man's wife beater makes me feel sexy with no bra and underwear on underneath, then I don't think that should be an issue. I think that I should be able to do that, especially in my own home. Right? Who am I offending? No one. Right? Yeah, I guess I don't make any sense. But here's the point. My sons showed up. And they're like, they hit their hand over their head. They're like, Mom. I'm like, all right, let me go put some clothes on. A lot of people would be like, oh my God, I cannot believe you walk around your house like that and your kids have to tell you not to wear stuff like that. That's a challenge for me. It really is. Like, remember when you were little and you were like, I can't wait till I get my own job and my own car and my own house. I can do whatever I want. But then you have kids, right? Or maybe you have roommates and you're like, shit, I gotta think about them. I gotta think how that's gonna affect them. They come right out and they'll say it, Mom, you gotta put some clothes on. They'll even be like, to their friends before their friends come in the house. Let me just check if my mom's fully dressed, you know. But anyways, that's a challenge I'm working on, you know. I like to be more out there, but sometimes my children don't want me to be out there that much. I mean, and then I really started thinking about it, and I was like, you know, if we were in Miami, there'd be a bunch of women with no tops on and string bikini bottoms on, and no one would say anything. But yet I'm in my own home doing what I want to do, and it's an issue. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I think I really have this problem. I really have a problem with keeping my underwear and bra on. I really do. Sometimes I like wearing like real pretty bras. And cause they say if you wear like a good supportive and pretty sexy bra and underwear set underneath, it makes you feel sexier. You know what I mean? And I always think about, you know, what it would be like for my partner to take the bra off, or, you know, that kind of like scenario. I always kind of think, you know, fantasy land, you know. I have all these fantasies in my head. Yeah. I like to live some of these fantasies out. I really do. And, you know, I guess another challenge would be that if I'm not able to live out certain fantasies, you know, I'll substitute it, I guess. You know. But some people may have a problem with that. I guess the other question was, do I walk around the house like that all the time? Or more than most people? No. Because I do take into consideration other people. I take that into consideration. Fantasies are great and creative. Even better when you can actually turn them into reality. But hey, some fantasies aren't meant to be reality, right? Anyways, that's one challenge. You know, that's just one challenge. The challenge of trying to keep my clothes on more, you know. Anyways, my other challenge is I have asthma, right? So with asthma, I was tested to see what I'm allergic to. It turns out, excuse me, letting out the air. It turns out that I am. Oh, okay, here it is. Okay. I had to get tested for food allergies. And one of my favorite foods is peanuts. I love peanuts. Mixed nuts, pistachios, cashews, macadamias, almonds, regular honey roasted peanuts. And so I was tested to see if I was allergic to peanuts, because there's a lot of people out there who are allergic to nuts. And I feel bad for you if you are allergic to nuts, because I'm not. And they're one of my favorite foods, right? But I'm allergic to mold. And mold is in the air. mold also can be on nuts, right? But I love peanuts. Peanut M&Ms, oh my God. And what about peanut butter and chocolate? I just can't get over it. Like, it tastes so good, right? And when I have it, I devour it. I literally devour it. It's just one of my favorite things to do. Do I do I choke on them? No. I'd rather swallow it, or I'd rather, collect it all and mash it up in my mouth before I swallowed it, so that way I wouldn't choke. But peanuts are very good for you. They have a great source of protein, So do I have them all the time? No. Could I? Possibly. If they're in the house, I'll eat them. I have an issue. Maybe it's an addiction or an obsession, but that's just, I'm not even going to say it because I have a challenge with a dirty mind sometimes. I'm not even going to say it. It's a requirement for me. If I am at a party, it's a requirement to have some nuts, okay? I said it. Sometimes I can get the oils from an avocado and guacamole, but it's just, something I enjoy. Chocolate-covered peanuts. It's just something I enjoy to do, and some people are allergic to it. I just feel bad. To me, I honestly, yeah, it's a requirement. It's definitely a requirement. I don't know. It's just a requirement. This is. It's one of my favorite things. Now, if I'm at a party and they don't have peanuts, I can always go to the store and grab some. If I want to. See, that's the difference. If I want to. I'm not being forced to. If I want to. So what's the biggest challenge? Is that I shouldn't have as much peanuts as I like to have? Is that what you're saying? Well, I mean, we got Halloween candy out there now. It's like, ugh. I don't know. Maybe it would be more of a challenge if I was allergic to them, but I'm not. And I enjoy them very much. And, makes me want to go get some right now. That, I'm not, I don't know. I hope I didn't confuse you all. I just have this problem. Of confusing people. I'm doing some shuffling and talking about my challenges and my problems. Yeah, I got problems just like anybody else. You know what a problem is when you make some shit up in your head and you think that's what's going on when it's really not going on. When you're up in your head too much. sometimes you gotta come down to, like, you know, your other senses. And yes, I like to do those things, but I'm very, very picky about who I do things with, you know? Very picky. Very, very, very picky. Now, I like to be safe. You know, if I feel safe, then I'm more apt to do crazier things, you know? It's just I gotta feel safe. Not have to worry about, like, especially if I'm out drinking, right? If I'm out drinking, who's driving? Do I have to work the next morning? You know, what's going on, you know? If I'm like, all right, I'm going to have a good time, I'm going to have a good time. Literally, I'm going to have a good time. Whether you see it or you don't see it. I guess you have to be there to see it and feel it. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody feels it the same. But I prefer it. I can't even say it. I prefer. Try and see, I've got a challenge here. I can't get the words out. I just can't get the words out. It's another challenge. Not making any sense, and I'm confusing you. What do I want to really say? Okay, what do I really want to say? Is that I prefer intimacy. That's what I prefer. I prefer intimacy. And not a lot of people can handle that level of intimacy. And I'm not going to waste that level of intimacy unless it's the right individual to converse with. Maybe that answers your question about whether or not it's more or less. Anyways, our growth mindset affirmations for today are: the more I try, the more my brain grows. I feel as though I'm trying, but my emotions are getting in the way. However, even if your emotions are getting in the way, you're still trying to convey what it is you want to say. The questions behind this said, how did I grow my brain today? Well, I just tried to discuss my challenges of peanuts, walking around naked in front of my children, and intimacy. Those are 3 challenges and topics that I've been trying to convey, and hopefully my brain will grow as I challenge myself. If I was fearless for one day, what would I try? If I was fearless, what would I try? Jumping off a cliff. Yep. What experience contributed most to my growth last year? What experience contributed most to my growth last year? I believe getting on here, getting on these sip and think chats. This has been an experience for me. It definitely has. I want to continue having more experiences, even if they are challenging, because it helps my brain grow. So I continue to try. Second growth mindset affirmation that popped out today was, I can do anything if I work hard at it. Bring it on. Yes, I know that I can do anything if I work hard at it. Yes, I guess maybe the challenge is bringing it on. Is the fear of failure holding me back from doing something I want to do? No, I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to fail. It's not even that. It's the fact that, again, I try to be considerate of other people and their feelings because I have too much respect for them. And I would never want to deliberately hurt them. Tomo said to her, I'm fearless. Oh, thanks, Tomo. It's not being fear, it's having that confidence. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but then it's like you don't want to be too conceited either, because it's almost like, yeah, all right, talk your shit, but you have really no idea who the hell you're talking to. You know what I mean? And it's like, whatever. You know, and there's always going to be like things that other people do that I would never do, but that doesn't mean that I fear it. You know what I mean? It just means that's what they do. What advice would I give a friend if she had the same fear? Well, I gotta figure out what fear do I have? What fear do I have? I don't like to think about fears, honestly, because I don't want fear to stop me from doing something that I want to do. And I'm pretty sure I have a fear. We all have fears. It's part of our weakness, right? But our weakness is also a way for us to boost our strength. You know what I mean? Like, our weaknesses and our strengths are connected, right? So when you're weak in one thing and strong in the other, your weakness is actually your opportunity to be stronger than your strengths. And then it's almost like it switches. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know. Is there a difference between fearing something and just kind of not interested or not doing it because you just don't feel like doing it? Or I don't know. That's a great question. I'm going to have to think. That's another challenge for me. I'm going to have to think about that. I definitely have fears. I just don't know what they are because I don't focus on them. Can I name one book or movie where the main character achieved something significant even though the odds were against him or her? How was this achieved? Okay, Die Hard. It's the only fucking movie. John McClane here. He was the main character in Die Hard. The odds were against him. He killed all the terrorists. And saved all the hostages. I don't know. But that was significant. Hey, it didn't say whether it was fiction or nonfiction. It was the first thing that came to my... It was the first movie that came to my head. What inspires me to put on a bring it on attitude? Petey, I'm on the phone. It's my nephew. I'll call him back. What inspires me to put on a bring it on attitude? When someone challenges me. Okay, I have my love bombs. Your enthusiasm is contagious. Thank you. That's your love bomb. Keep being enthusiastic. It is contagious. Ooh. 2 fell out. Right? 2 for the price of 1. Because the second one came out blank. So it's still waiting to be written. What's our wealth and success? What's our wealth and success? Oh, Sherry. I had peanuts on Saturday night, and so maybe I'll get myself some more tonight. Now that I'm craving it again. That's the whole thing, right? When you haven't had something you like in a while, it's like, yeah, be careless. But then you get it, and you're like, I want more. It's almost like, shit, I forgot how good that tasted. So, our daily positive thought and affirmation for wealth and success. Money is a tool I use for good and to help others. The more I give, the more I receive. Yes, that is true. You know, don't forget, we're persevering from our last video. Okay? Persevering through these challenges. Because our brains are all screwed up. Shuffling affirmators. Yeah, this month is definitely going to be a challenge. I've been trying to keep myself grounded, and to do that, I'll walk barefoot in my yard, put my feet in the grass, ground myself with Mother Nature. I didn't get a chance to do that before I came on today, and sometimes I like to do that. But something just told me I had to get on here and just speak my mind. Speak my mind. Speak my mind. The best way that I can, because it is a challenge, and, it sucks sometimes. It really does suck sometimes. It really, really does. And, I'm not taking that one. It says options. What are our options? When we have challenges, we have options, right? What is that? Substitutes? Like if you like ice cream, but you can't have ice cream, so you get frozen yogurt. Ever watch Twilight? And he's talking about, instead of them sucking the blood from the humans, they suck the blood from the animals. So, he said it's filling, but not quite satisfying. It's like a drug. And imagine, I've never even had heroin or any of that shit. Never even did ecstasy. I'm just naturally into that stuff, Apparently, that's an issue. I don't know, I was never into that shit. I was more into, work with what God gave you and what your mother made you, I don't know. That kind of stuff. I don't need shit like that. To make me feel good. I like being around people that can enjoy it just as much as me. Being able to do something you enjoy doing with someone else who actually enjoys doing it with you. And you know what? Sometimes finding that individual, that can be a challenge. Hi, Mindset Development. Thank you for joining. I'm just going through some challenges today, and I'm not making any sense, and so that's a challenge in itself. But right now I'm doing my affirmators, because we already went through our growth mindset affirmations, our love bomb affirmations, and our daily thoughts and affirmations for wealth and success, which, others can watch the video after. We're also working off of our growth mindset book, Y is for Yet, by Shannon Anderson, and today's letter is C, which is challenges. And the more we work on challenges, the more our brain grows. So, just letting you know. Okay, so the two affirmations that we have is, again, we have challenges, so we have options, right? When we have challenges, we need to look at our options, right? Now, again, we've had this multiple times because obviously we continue to have options, right? And that's a good thing. Imagine if you didn't have any options. So as I open to the abundant possibilities of my life's path, I'm reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest without limiting thoughts like, you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. You can. It's an option. I just may not enjoy it, or I may not like it, so I won't order it, right? But that's why the menu has options. Okay? It also has options because what you're craving to eat might not be on the menu at that particular restaurant or at that particular time. Our second affirmator is no need to do. So we've got we've got an animal in the hammock, and he's in between. One way says do this, the other way says do that, right? But he's also got this feather here. So I'm trying to break this down before I even read this because I haven't gotten this one before. But it's kind of funny. We just had options because we have challenges, right? And he's just floating in air, knowing that he has an option to go this way or an option to go that way, but yet he chooses to hang right here. So, no need to do. I'm exactly where I need to be, exactly when I need to be. There's nothing more I need to do. I mean, yes, there will always be laundry and taxes, but in terms of my life's path, I don't need to do anything because I am already here. I take a deep breath, relax, and trust, and then do the laundry. So sometimes when we have challenges, maybe you need to just sit there and do nothing. Relax, breathe. You know you have options. You know you can go this way, you know you can go that way, right? But sometimes not taking a direction and just relaxing and taking a break will help give you the clarity that you need, especially when you're going through challenges. Because if I had waited, right? Like today I had this challenge and I wanted to get home and talk about it and get it out of my head, but then it was coming out of my head all wrong, or I think it was wrong, or whatever. You don't understand because it's confusing, right? I needed to ground myself and get a grip, right? So basically what my affirmators are telling me to do is to chill and not go in one direction or another direction, and just kind of stay where I'm at and continue doing what I'm doing. And then through that process, I'm going to be able to figure out what option and which direction I want to go in. But that is basically what I got from those. So thank you for joining me today. And let's not forget, our dream pop for today is Fortune favors the bold. Our belief pop affirmation for today is never let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. And our hope affirmation for today is how very little can be done under the spirit of fear. So thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day, and maybe just don't do anything and hang in there. It'll lead you in the right direction. Have a good one.